Alright, we're back. In basically no time at all. The refines are already here, as well as the data mine. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit big. Well, I guess we didn't need to make this bigger, but we have all of the character refines, so we'll go ahead and make those a bit bigger. We have Byleth up first. I'm just going to open these in separate tabs, because it's just easier for me to work with. Alright, we got Claude's over here. Okay. Alright, then we have Ooler over here. We have... Ooler's only one page. That doesn't bode well. Alright, Gatrie, Kalick over there. I don't know if I opened that, but whatever. Alright, Kalick is a 2-pager, which is good for a GHB. And then we have Dieck over here. Alright, Seteth, very long-awaited refine for him. Alright, guys, without further ado, let's start things off, I guess, with the Duo Byleth here from Summer. Okay, actually, let's make this kind of smaller. That's a little too big. Okay, so we have -1 special trigger. I believe their weapon was Sun Percussors. Yeah. Okay, so -1 special trigger. At the start of combat, if unit speed is better than the foe's speed -5, or if the foe's HP is over 75%, grants attacking speed up 5 and defensive res up 4 to unit. Neutralizes effects that guarantee foe's follow-ups and prevent units' follow-ups. Neutralizes effects that inflict guard, and reduces the percentage of foe's non-special DR by half. Okay. Also grants attacking speed up 4, and reduces the percentage of foe's non-special DR by half, again, to allies in 2 spaces of unit during their combat. So drive DR piercing, huh? With attacking speed up 4. Yeah, drive's not really what we're looking for. As a start-of-turn bonus, yeah, the way Legendary Camilla does it. Or to allies in, like, 3 rows and 3 columns, then we're talking. But, like, just as a 2-space drive, that's not really gonna cut it. Okay, what else does she do? If unit initiates combat or is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants a bonus to attack speed, defense, and res equal to the number of allies in 3 spaces of unit times 2, plus 4 for a max of 10, and deals damage equal to 15% of unit's speed during combat. If unit initiates combat, reduce damage from foe's first attack by 50% during combat, including their brave hit. And also, if foe's attack can trigger foe's special, inflicts special cooldown count +1 on foe before foe's first attack. Scowl as well, huh? I mean, is this really a unit that wants Scowl with 19 defense and 21 res? Well, this is minus res here, but... the point of this, though, the point of them having Scowl is so they can attack into an armor and then... like a far save armor, and then they can't get countered by... I don't know, armored flow or something like that. They can just, like, immediately remove the special of the enemy. So... armored units in particular that are relying on specials to pierce DR, they're not going to be able to, like, pierce through this unit's DR pretty much. Although, piercing DR is so common now, like, not even on specials, just on passives and regular attacks, that the Scowl isn't really going to be that impactful for them. It would have been better if they just had, like, non-pierceable DR instead. That would have made more sense. Okay, let's move on. We have Claude up next, okay? So, -1 special trigger, effective against flying, of course, at the start of turn if unit's HP is over 25%. Inflicts speed and defense -7, guard, and sabotage on the closest foes and any foes in 2 spaces of those foes through the next action. Unlimited range debuffing, very obnoxious, very powerful. So, he joins the club with units like Legendary Robin and Hortensia and Attuned Micaiah that can just debuff you from wherever the hell they are. Also, at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats of 5 to unit, and neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-ups, and prevent units follow-ups during combat. Okay. Alright, then his special effect is Canto 1. Inflicts speed and defense -5 on the foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit during combat. At the start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he grants himself all stats of 4, neutralizes effects that inflict guard, and reduce percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. Kind of minimalistic here, again, but the unlimited range debuffing is pretty good, especially with Sabotage, because Sabotage, I don't think, has been included on any of these unlimited range debuffs yet. Like, typically we're looking at Discord, Panic, things like that, but we haven't seen Sabotage yet, I don't think, so that's a pretty good one to just get. And then the Kanto 1 combos nicely with his B-Skill. Can't forget his B-Skill got an upgrade as well, right? So, like, he's getting, what, 25 points of true damage on his B-Skill now, alongside all the other stuff that it does, so... yeah, overall, I would say this seems pretty good for him. He's definitely in a better spot than the Byleth we looked at. Okay, next up we have Ooler over here. So she gets, what, Potent 100 on hers, her new B-Skill. Okay, so -1 special trigger. Effective against flying if unit initiates combat or if the foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat. Grants attack and speed up 6 to unit. Neutralize unit's penalties to attack and speed. Neutralize effects that inflict guard on unit, and disable skills of all foes excluding the foe in combat. Okay. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants attack and speed of 5 to unit. Grants a bonus to attack and speed equal to 15% of unit speed at the start of combat. Neutralizes foes' bonuses to speed and defense. And reduce the percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. What does every unit on this Refine batch have that? Just cut DR in half, pretty much. I mean, it's very good with her Potent ability, right? Because she can hit you 3 times in a row. She also has Desperation and Potent. So, like, she hits you 3 times in a row. Possibly even 6 if you can get, like, Brave attacking on her from, like, Dual Strike or Triangle attack or something. She's going to be actually doing quite a lot of damage. And then she's getting 15% of her speed as attack and speed. Not too shabby. Definitely, again, I would say this is probably looking better than that Byleth Refine. I don't know if she's better than Claude. They both look pretty good, though. Okay, we have Gatrie up next. Now, hopefully this guy can be a functional save armor. So, Mercenary Lance, 16 might, HP up 3. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, inflicts attack and defense -5 on the foe. Neutralize penalties on unit. Reduce damage from foe's attacks by 20% of unit's defense. Okay, that's good. And grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. Alright, so we also have a breath effect there. Well, not really breath, but just... actually, yeah, it is breath, right? Because it's when the foe initiates. Alright, then also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and defense -X on the foe during combat, where X is 5 plus 15% of unit's defense. Oh, he gets percentage based on his defense reduction to enemy attack and defense is pretty good. And recovers 10 HP to unit after combat, and also if foe initiates combat, grants special cooldown count -2 to unit before foe's first attack. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, they did make him a functional armored unit then. He doesn't have -1 special trigger, but that's not really that big of a deal. We have so many pulse effects now. We have, like, Nidavellir, who gives the team pulsing at the start of the turn. You can run Marth Ring if you want. I would probably recommend actually Ike Ring here, though, but you could certainly run Marth Ring if you wanted to. And then you can just loop, like, Armored Blaze, Armored Flow over and over again. So that's definitely going to come in handy. And then on top of that, he also just does a massive amount of debuffing to the enemy attack and defense with non-pierceable DR there. Pretty good for Gatrie. Honestly, I think I might like him the most out of all the ones we looked at, because we're just like, right now we need far savers and near savers a lot, considering how insane the player phasers are. Alright, Kalik is up next, our Grand Hero Battle Refine. At the start of the turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and defense -7 and Discord on the closest foes and any foes in 2 spaces of those foes through the next actions. Okay, just more and more unlimited range debuffing, sure. His, I would say, is not quite as impressive as Claude's, though, because Claude had Sabotage in his, and Discord is pretty common on... like, Hortensia does Discord already. Also, at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants attack speed, defense, and res up 4 to unit, and reduce damage from foe's first attack by 30% during combat. And unit's next attack deals damage equal to 30% of foe's attack damage prior to reduction. Okay, so he has damage reflection. Now, this is one of the better aging effects in the game, because you look at a unit like Nyx, for example, like, damage reflection is actually quite powerful. Alright, then on his special effects, he gets, if any bonus is active on unit or any penalty is active on the foe, grants all stats of 4 to unit, inflicts a penalty on foes' attack speed and defense equal to the highest penalty on each stat between the target and foes in 2 spaces of target, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up, and unit deals damage equal to 10% of unit's attack, excluding on AoEs. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't seem too bad for a GHB. Kind of reminds me of Lloyd. Well, not as good as Lloyd, but pretty good, right? Like, the difference is that Lloyd, I think, is getting a little bit more stats, and then also his base stats were just better. But this doesn't look too bad for a GHB. He's getting true damage. He's getting damage reflection. He's got an unlimited range debuff there. He's getting a lot of stats as well. Like, what is he? All stats up 8, and then penalty on the enemy's attack speed and defense. Yeah, pretty solid. Pretty all-around good GHB. Okay. Alright, next up we have Dieck over here. Alright, so -1 special trigger. If unit initiates combat, or if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up and reduce damage from foes' attacks by 20% in defense. Okay. Defense-based DR, very good. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, grants a bonus to all of unit stats equal to 4 plus the number of foes in 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit times 2 with a max of 10. And then also inflicts guard on foe per attack, and grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. Okay, so he gets the... What is that? Like the rally spectrum effect there? Well, half of it, because it's only -1. Possible all stats up 10. Defense-based DR, and then guaranteed follow-up, all stats of 5. It doesn't seem too bad on paper. You probably want to give him Lagoo's Friend. He's at minus defense here, so his defense is probably like 36. Huh. Yeah, his speed is kind of the issue here. Like, you can't really run godlike reflexes on him. Or Gust either, because both godlike reflexes and Gust require you to have good speed. So, probably not going to be able to run those. Maybe, like, Lagoo's Friend with Pavis probably would work. But then you can't pierce enemy DR, which is kind of an issue. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of in an awkward spot. His refine, I don't think his refine is bad necessarily. It's just like his stats are kind of letting him down here. And then he's, what is he getting? All stats up 15, and that's pretty much it. The defense-based DR he gets is during combat, though. It's not like his start of turn defense. So that actually does help quite a bit. Because, like, his base defense at 36 is not very enticing. But in combat, when you get your passives and support and all that stuff to go off, you'll be able to get much better defense checks for this. So, yeah, he's not awful, but, like, his stats are probably going to let him down is what it is. Okay, Seteth is up next. He is our free-to-play 3-star and 4-star demote unit. So, effective against cavalry. Grants speed up 3. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 4 to unit and neutralize foes' bonuses during combat. Also grants all stats of 4 to allies in 3 spaces and neutralize foes' bonuses during their combat. Okay, they definitely upped his support abilities there. He's giving more than just attack and speed now. He's also effective against Cav, which is pretty interesting. Okay, and then the special effect refine. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 4, deals +7 damage, and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 7, and recovers 7 HP after combat. And for allies in 3 spaces of unit, grants all stats of 4 to ally. Ally deals +7 damage, and reduces damage from foe. Wow. Whoa, wait a second. This guy gives non-pierceable DR and true damage as a support effect? What? Hold on, that's... That's pretty good. For a 3-star and 4-star demo, that is pretty damn good, guys. What the hell? And it's in 3 spaces, too. Very generous reach there on his support. Wow. Is he the winner? I mean, he's definitely the winner in my heart, being that I can plus 10 him without spending a cent. So that's good. Alright, Seteth definitely held it down for sure. I would say he's above Kalik here. Is he higher than Gatrie's was pretty good, though. I don't know if I could say he's above Gatrie. He's probably not going to be, like, functionally better than, like, Gatrie and the 2 mythic heroes. Or the mythic and the legendary hero. Byleth was very disappointing, honestly. Like, I don't think Byleth was good enough. But I think Claude with his B skill and his weapon, and also Ooler with her B skill and her weapon, they're going to both be pretty solid. And then also Gatrie, if you build him as a save unit, he should be pretty effective as well. But, bro, Seteth out here being the hero we needed, but not the one we deserved. Did not expect that. That was not on my bingo card. 3-star, 4-star demote refine being insanely good. Alright guys, that's going to wrap us up for this one. Stick around and we will come back in just a moment and we're going to check out the data mines. This is actually a pretty interesting spoiler with some brand new character we're about to meet in the new Tempest trial. So get ready for some juicy new thick mama art and I will catch y'all again in the next one.